city where they gotta play up.
Yeah.
I'm from the city where they gotta play up.
I don't.
Coin flippers trying to pay up.
Hey.
I'm from the city where they gotta play up.
They still
I'm from the city
gotta
where they gotta
play
play up.
us,
I'm
man.
from the city where they gotta play up. Coin flippers trying to pay up.
Go. Started out with who they? They done got me started. Call Katie, tell him make room for the Lamborghini. I trust 27 to lead us through any battle. We had DK out there press. You seen how we did Seattle? Went down 1-3 and then we hop back on that saddle. Everybody want T, but you can't have him cause we got it. A lethal 9 on the side and he gon' always red dot him. 29 got him on lockdown. This Taylor Britt Island. You know Jamar probably open. That boy 7-11. Who your best cornerback? Cause my receivers gon' shred him. They don't wanna go one-on-one with lose playbook. 91 step on that field, them quarterbacks look shook. A couple weeks went by and we done stacked us up some wins. Brad Logan still with us, still the turnover twin. Uzier and man to man, you probably shouldn't throw at him. Orlando Brown came to town, showed us what a bodyguard is. I don't think they want no smoke with us. Forever standing on business, this ain't no joke for us. Money Mackey line it up, that boy forever clutch. Put up whoever you want, it's never slow for us. Ain't nothing changed, 21 still lurking in the cut. 83 reasons why they can't with us. Zach Taylor top dog, it's always win a bust. Hand the ball to Chase Brown, probably won't get touched. Chuck sizzle back deep to receive the punt. Probably gon' run it back, I feel like he the one. Doing my shuffle on him still, I feel like Icky Woods. Whole line protecting Joe like a tiger should. Imagine having Trent Irwin as your fourth string. If VJ Hill hit you, you feel what that force bring. 1, 2, 3, nah, we need 4 rings. This the jungle, you can't come in here and pull strings. Look close, look how DJ read that offense. Sin Hubbard and Osai, yeah, we all in. Nick Scott ball hawking overwatching. Dax Hill an interception that look flawless. It's really hard to lose when K. Adams rooting for you. If you need a couple yards, Earth gon' get it for you. We got Tanner Hudson now, Sample still too. Yoshi gon' go get that ball just like a dog do. Already knew they had to play us, but this part two. I'm from the city where they gotta. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. It's time to pay up. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. I'm from the city where they gotta. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. It's time to pay up. Who they?
Who day, y'all? Welcome to the show. This noon edition. Hopefully you guys remembered I said I was coming on at noon. Anyway, what's up? Do me a favor. If you found the show, hit that like and subscribe button. Smash that thumbs up. You guys are awesome. I'm up to 2,440 subscribers. And by the way, this is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, the Iceman, Jeff Turnipole. And as always, I bring you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio. Home of still the back-to-back AFC North champion Cincinnati Bengals. Now, like I said, I already said how many people I got on YouTube. Super chats. We're doing exclusively in the YouTube chat crew. We're doing super chats. So if you got a question you want to ask Maan from Bengals Pulse and also the Cincinnati podcast, give me a super chat. You want to support the show? Give me a super chat. I would greatly appreciate it. And as always, I'm coming to you live from this glorious place down there. It's the Ice Cave. The Ice Cave is brought to you by T Properties. T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out their website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. And you know, we hit the jackpot when we drafted Joe Burrow. I know he's injured, but he's still my quarterback. If you guys want to support him and his foundation, do me a favor. You want the gear, the flags, the hats, the shirts, go right there to jackpotjoey9.com. You can buy any of the gear. The beer is at Brick Brewery and pretty much every Kroger location. Sorry, Maan, I don't think it's in Florida yet. We're working on it. I don't know if it's going to get down there or not. But anyway, a portion of the proceeds for all of that stuff goes to the Joe Burrow Hunger Relief Fund, the Joe Burrow Foundation. So you're not only wearing cool stuff, you're drinking delicious award-winning beer, but you're supporting a great cause. What's up to everybody in the chat, which is not that many people. We got Stranger in there, and we got Matt, and the Stranger is always on there. I love it. Anyway, like I said, guys, I'm coming at you a little early today, this lunchtime edition, because I am going to go down to Reds Fest here at 3 o'clock. And thankfully, my man Maan was able to move some stuff around to come on early with me for this fun Football Friday. Let's get to Maan. What's up, man? Maan, are you there? Uh-oh. He's frozen. That's not good. He was working. He was on there before. Uh-oh. Maan, are you there? Hello, Maan. He is totally frozen. All righty. Well, this is off to a good start. Hopefully.
Hey, can you hear me?
There he is. All right. I don't know what happened. You were like totally frozen. Can you hear me now? Yep. I can hear you. You can't hear me?
You can hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me. Jump off and jump back on again.
Okay.
Try that. If you could jump out and jump back on again. Let's see if he can do that. That might help. I don't know what happened. We were talking fine before.
You can hear me?
Yeah. Yes, I can hear you.
Can't hear you.
Hold on. I'm gonna text you. Hold on a second. live podcast, people. Try to jump off and jump back on again. Check your phone. All right. He's got it. He's going to try to see if that helps. Anyway, I'm going to do a Jacksonville Jaguars Cincinnati Bengals preview here. So the good news is T. Higgins was at practice yesterday. CBT Juice, my Juice Gang hat. He was at practice yesterday. So it looks like everybody's going to be healthy except for, unfortunately, Joe Burrow. Jackpot is back in the building. I don't know if he's going to be on the sidelines. I would assume he would be. Now, one thing me and Mom were talking about off the air here is that I had some people go, Joe Burrow can't stay healthy, yada, yada, yada. Like last 2 seasons, he didn't miss a start. And the thing is, this wrist injury, I am no doctor, and nobody's told me this at all. I am almost 100% sure he's going to be ready to go by OTAs. I mean, he got the surgery done. I don't think it takes as long to get over a wrist injury, a wrist surgery, as much as it would be like the ACL and everything he did a couple years ago. Let's see here. Now your device is not connecting, Maan. I don't know what the heck is going on. Maybe I just have to call him. I don't know. I'm not sure what is going on, but his is not. It is not connecting, which is really weird. It was working fine before. Stranger, I didn't have to remember this show was at a weird time. I'm subscribed to it. Notified. Exactly. There you go. That's why you have to subscribe to it. Joey Carr, what is going on? So what's up to everybody there on ZTV? It's good to see you guys. And I was going to call John. We're going to call Mom, but I can't because people keep calling me when I'm on my show. Like, quit calling me right now. I'm in the middle of doing something. Let's see here. Let's try this. I'll just call him and we can just do it this way if it doesn't work. we'll see. Hello?
Hey, this is Maan. I can't get to the phone right now.
Never mind. He went straight to voicemail. All right. So what I was saying is that I don't think the wrist injury is going to be as hard to recover from as it was the ACL. Is he on again? No, it's still not doing it. Maan, are you there? Hello, Maan. Hello. Maan. Are you there? Hello, Maan. Hey, there he is.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Cool. I switched to my cell phone. I don't know what's going on with my computer.
Yeah, that was weird. You were fine before the show started, and all of a sudden, you froze, and I couldn't hear you anymore. So
anyway. I know. I'm here now, bub. I'm here.
That's good. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here now. You're saving me from talking to myself. All right. So what I was saying is kind of like you and me were talking off the air that Burrow's wrist injury and everything. That I don't think it's going to take him as long to recover from that as it did his knee. I think he's going to be back by OTAs and everything like that. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I think so too. I listened to some of the podcast and, they said it could be a little tricky surgery, but every doctor that I listened to on like 1530 ESPN and a couple other podcasts, I think Solomon Wilcott's had a specialist on, he's going to be back. He's going to recover. He's going to be 100%. He's going to be ready for training camp. He might be ready for OTAs. This is nothing compared to the ACL injury. I mean, that's the one that had me nervous. I mean, that was something that I felt was like, man, this could be catastrophic, but he's going to be fine. It still sucks. We don't have our quarterback. We want our guy,
right?
But you know what? Listen, it's going to be okay. We're going to be fine.
Oliver here once knows Joe really skydiving into Paycor Monday Night Football, which is what Chase was saying. So I haven't got to watch the whole clip yet, but he's saying something about that on the Rich Eisen's show. Did you have to see that clip on where he's talking?
I did not. I not.
I got to actually fully watch that clip. Sorry, like this time of year is nuts for me, so it's hard. It's kind of hard for me to keep up on everything. But I did hear something about that. Now, Matt puts it out here. Now, Jake Browning, you heard he may have a wrist injury. Now, Jake Browning has fully participated in practice all week. Honestly, I almost think they're trolling Pro Football Talk.
I think so too. That's
kind of what I think, because they're the ones that kept going after him. And I'm like, and they said this. I'm like, who was it? Oh, Ben Baby tweeted it out, and I tagged Pro Football Talk. I was like, are you going to do an investigation now? Because I mean, that whole thing was just absolutely ridiculous. And then they come out and they said something. Well, Bengals fans and Bengals beat writers are all over me for some reason. I'm like, yeah, because you're making shit up. Like it wasn't a story there.
I mean, I'm embarrassed for this guy, man. He's obsessed with this story. It's about getting clicks for his website. I mean, Florio, he's better than that. I mean, it's embarrassing. It really is. It's so embarrassing. And he's got this axe to grind. He's a big Steeler fan. And just let it go, man. Just let it go.
I don't understand why and then he's like, well, what did I do? I'm like, well, you made a freaking story up that wasn't there. Because I mean, I think he came out and said, well, yeah, Joe was moving with his wrist or whatever, before the game. And then James Rapine found a video that he had of a training camp. He goes, nope, Joe does that all the time. Again, you're wrong. It's like, just stop. Like, there's nothing happened before. He was just wearing some kind of brace on his arm, or not even a brace, a thing for an iPad or something.
Right.
I heard it might be a compression thing or something. It wasn't even close to what Florio was trying to blow it up to be. It's just,
I love the fact that Rapine countered him with video from practice 3 weeks before the injury. Right. I mean, he's reaching. Florio, I mean, I don't want to call him a clown, but he just comes across. I'm embarrassed for the guy. I mean, just let it go, man. Let it go.
I don't get the point. And that's where halftime I could follow him. I used to thought he knew what he's talking about and stuff. But if you're just gonna make stuff up, I'm not gonna follow you anymore. I don't care. It was embarrassing, man.
I don't blame you, dude. I really don't blame you at all.
Honestly. All right, so rolling into Monday night. Now, Maan, I was talking on my show yesterday. And for some reason, I got a feeling we're going to win this game. I don't know why. I just have a feeling like, who was it? Jay Morrison, I think. Or no, Mike Petraglia just wrote an article, and I haven't got a chance to read it all yet. But he said he interviewed a very angry Ted Karras. I like an angry Teddy K. T. Higgins looks like he's going to be back. CBT is going to be back. This team, I think they're pissed off. Last week, ticked them off how they lost. They saw their mistakes. I think Jake Browning's going to play better. I think he's not going to miss Yoshi Voss wide open and Chase wide open. If he hits those, that changes the game a lot. Those are the things. I'm not saying we're going to blow them out by any means. It's going to be close. But I just got to feel it's one of those games that nobody believes in you, and you turn around and you win it. What's your thoughts?
No, man, I hear you. I really do. I said this a few weeks ago on the Bengals Pulse. Joe Burrow going down, it's not fair for us to think that Jake Browning is going to come in and be a Joe Burrow. He's not going to be a Joe Burrow. But you know what? Every starter on that team, every starter on defense, every starter on offense, they just have to play a little bit better. They really need to. They need to pick it up a little bit. Last week, time of possession was just absolutely horrible. We only had the ball 22 minutes. Steelers had it for 38. We need to flip that script. But, I could see it. I know it's a Monday Night Football in Jacksonville, but we have so many good players. T. Higgins coming back is huge.
Yes.
We have really struggled because, we won 4 in a row. He was making plays. I think him coming back is going to give us a boost. Cam Taylor-Britt, he's sort of become the heart of this defense. Mm-hmm. And I just absolutely – I can see it happening. I really can. And let's talk it into existence.
It sounds good to me. And I like your point there, too. And that's kind of what I've said, where I got in arguments for the last 4 years or since we got Joe Burrow, and everybody keeps saying, we need to have a better backup quarterback. We can always upgrade every position, but it's not worth it to keep arguing about it, because I kept saying, if Joe Burrow goes down, we're screwed. I mean, there is no replacing Joe Burrow. Yes, you can have the greatest backup in the NFL. He's still a backup. He's not going to do what Joe Burrow does. And that's where people, I feel like people thought that Jake Brown should come in and, we just run the offense like we normally do. Like, I know Jake said that they shouldn't, dumb it down for him or anything, which they should. He's been in the offense for the last 3 years. He should know it, but it was his first NFL start. I think people forget that.
Yeah. I mean, I tell you, I just been really reflecting on this. It sucks that Burrow's out, but you know what? This could be a blessing in disguise. We might not see it right now this year, But you know what? They're going to reflect back on this. They're going to develop plays. Maybe the running game will improve gradually over these next 6 games. And guess what? They'll take that into next year. And guess what? This offense will evolve. And, we might go to another level. I look at it that way. And listen, Jake Browning, last week was his first start. We get to see him for a few more games. He's going to become a better player. And, if Joe goes down for 2 or 3 games next year, the Bengals will be prepared because guess what? Jake Browning had a few snaps, had a few starts. But, listen, we got to support this team. We got 6 games. I know this sounds crazy to some people out there, but we are still in the playoff hunt.
We are.
Yeah. We are in the playoff hunt. I know, the chances are less than 10% according to ESPN and their playoff simulator. Hey, man, it's a week-to-week league. We win a couple games here. Other teams lose. You never know, man. You never know.
Yeah, you never know. Now, one thing I think Oliver here says, run the ball, and that's a big thing. A big thing here is run the ball, which I agree. We need to run the ball more. But I keep saying this: we need to run the ball and actually gain yardage. That's been the problem is we don't gain enough. And one thing, and I preface this: I love Joe Mixon. This is not Joe Mixon hate, but why can't we see what the hell Chase Brown can do? Why can't we see what Travion can do? Because I'm sorry, Joe Mixon doesn't make people miss like he used to. He's running hard. But Corey Dillon kind of said this on my show Monday, that Mixon still tries to dance a little bit too much. And that's right. Joe just doesn't have that wiggle he used to. If he just hits the hole a little more, I think, gaining 2 to 4 yards is better than 0 yards. But either way, I personally want to see what we have with Chase Brown. We drafted him. They said we needed more explosive plays in the running game. They thought Chase Brown would be it, but we've never used him. Granted, he got hurt. But that's what I'm looking for this Monday night is hopefully some more chances for Chase Brown and more chances for Travion Williams just to find out what we got.
Man, absolutely. You hit it right on the head. I tweeted out some things in frustration after the game. Only 8 rush attempts. What really got me the most is I can't believe Chase Brown didn't get 1 carry. Just one. Right. Yeah, I mean, you know what? I thought Chase Brown would have 8 carries himself.
Mm-hmm.
And,
right.
I know the game just evolved in a weird. They only had 40-some plays, but the game was close. It was 7-3.
We were winning most of it.
Yeah, we were winning. And I think I wish that. Sometimes I guess only criticism I have. Sometimes I feel like they give up on the run a little bit. I get it. Only 8 carries, 16 yards. Hey man, keep on chipping away. Because the Steelers, we really held their run game in check the first half, but they kept on going. They had over like 30 carries, and then they started breaking them. But I would love to see Chase Brown. I agree 100% because man, the guy has some wheels. He's easily the fastest running back we have on the roster.
Easily.
Travion Williams, and I know I say this. I've said this for 3 years now. Chris Evans. Give him a chance. Just give him a chance.
You're speaking my language. I've said that over and over. And that's one of the most frustrating things for me is why we can't give him the ball. Like, I said this a million times. Throw a bubble screen. Throw it out. Get him in space. Let him do stuff. One day he does. He makes things happen. I would love to actually know why Zach won't play him. I have no idea. I really want one of the reporters one time just go, why won't you play Chris Evans? Like, what happened? What does he have? Bad pictures of you or something somewhere you want to play? What's going on with this? I don't get it because this is year 3 of him, and when he does catch the ball, he usually does make something happen, but it only happens once or twice a year. It seems like.
Do you remember that preseason game? I think a couple years ago, he touched the ball and ran 76 yards for a touchdown.
Yes.
It was called back by rinky-dink penalty. But as soon as he caught that, he made somebody miss. I'm like, holy cow, look at this guy. And I thought he was going to be a superstar. And I don't know, man. Just give the guy 10 carries and see what happens. I don't know. He's in one hell of a doghouse.
Yeah, and he can't get out of it. And I would love to know. I mean, it's none of our business why, but I mean, if you're not going to, and this is what I kind of said at the beginning of the year, if you're not going to play him, why is he on the roster? Yeah. That's kind of my thing is he doesn't do anything. He doesn't play, I mean, he does. Travion took the kick returning away from him. So he was doing that last year. He's not even doing that now. I was like, he's literally doing nothing. He's on the roster for, I don't know why. I mean, that's why, again, this is where, to me, find out what he can do. Find out what Chase Brown can do, because most likely we're going to have to get another running back or something in here. We know that the tight end and stuff. We know that's going to be an issue, and hopefully they'll draft a tight end this year. But you might have to draft a tight end. You might have to draft a running back. But you got to find out if Chase Brown could be, your legit number one if you want to move on from Mixon, or if you're going to find somebody to back mix it up, and Chase Brown's not the answer. You need to find that stuff out.
Absolutely. I think the modern day NFL now, there's not a bell cow on any team. It's always running back by committee. And you're right, man. We have to find out what Chase Brown is. We got to find out what Travion Williams is. And Mixon can still produce for us, but he's got some wear and tear. He can't run 25 times a game. So
Right.
we got to help him out. And hopefully Chase Brown gets a handful of snaps this weekend, because if you really look at it, our rookie class this year has played a lot, and they played pretty well. Miles Murphy's starting to play good. So, we've had a good draft class, and let's see what Chase Brown can do.
I'm glad you said that, because people I don't think people realize how much of our rookies have actually played, because I've had a lot of comments on here. Well, we need to really find out what we had with the rookies. I'm like, well, actually, we found out on everybody except Chase Brown. They've all played really well. They all played a lot. So that really, Chase Brown is really the only one we haven't found out anything yet. Now, Anton here wants to know, he says, are they going to use Charlie Jones more in the kick return? Well, they use it for the punt return, kick return. I don't know. Usually, if you're the punt returner, they don't switch it back and forth. But he has been back for the punt returns. Yeah,
he had that great kickoff or punt return against the Ravens. Obviously, he still looks pretty flashy back there. I'd like to see him play more in the slot. I mean,
yes,
I'm not down on Tyler Boyd by no means, but he's probably going to be Tyler Boyd's replacement next year. Let's see him in there. Let's see him play. This past draft, Yoshivas, him, like I said, Miles Murphy's playing good. DJ Turner is a keeper. Jordan Battle looked really good last week. This is one hell of a draft class, and good for the Bengals.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm glad to see Miles Murphy. He got his first sack last week. I'm glad to see him starting to make steps, because a lot of people were like, oh, he's a bust. Oh, he's this. And I kept saying, you guys remember Dax Hill last year? Dax didn't play a whole lot, and look how he's playing now. So I'm like, just hold off a second on him. And so he's starting to come around. The one that I am very disappointed in this year is Joseph Osai. Man, I was thinking he's going to come back. He's going to have a hell of a year. He started to come on late last year. He's going to try to make everybody forget about the play in the AFC championship game. And he got no snaps. 0 snaps, which shocked that. I didn't realize that until after the game. I'm like, 0 snaps. What is going on with Osai? I don't know why he's not playing. And when he's playing, he's not doing anything. That's probably why. But what do you think's going on with Joseph?
You know what? He had that ankle injury, and early on I was thinking maybe it's a high ankle sprain. They're just trying to, ease him along. But if it's still the ankle issue, he should have been put on IR. Get Jeff Gunter up. But you're right, man. They were expecting a lot out of him. They're expecting a lot out of Zach Carter. They were expecting a big jump out of Volson in year 2. Some of it's a little mixed bags there. They haven't gotten those jumps from those guys. But you're right, Osai. I thought he was going to give us, 6, 7, 8 sacks this year. And he's just he hasn't been there. He just hasn't produced. And, Hubbard and Hendrickson, I tell you about those guys. They need a breather.
Yes.
They need a breather. And and again, I just mentioned Miles Murphy 2 other times a few minutes ago, but him playing 20 snaps last week and being more active, that's good. He's going to give those guys some breathers. Cam Samples played pretty well. And but we need more from our backup defensive linemen. We really do, because our starters are good, but man, when those guys need a breather, I think that's where you see the big runs against us and the drop off. It's pretty significant. We need those guys to play a little better, and I know they have in the past, and I think they will.
Yeah, honestly, this whole defense this season has been very disappointing to me. The last 2 years, when our offense started off slow, our defense kept us in the games and won us a couple games. Our defense has really not stepped up this year. We've had way too many missed tackles. It seems like here lately we're back to not being able to cover the tight end. It's just, I'm like, and it's the same guys and it's the same coaching staff. And I'm going, what the hell's going on here? Why? People are like, well, it's coaching. I'm like, but it's the same coaching staff that they coached last year, and the year before that they played great. So I'm like, I don't understand.
No, man, I think it's complementary football. It's a lack of it. Like last week we talked about time of possession, but if you look at some of our other big losses this year, we've only had the ball on offense 22, 23 minutes while the other teams run so many more offensive plays than us. So, that's not a good recipe, especially when your defense, like you just said, isn't playing that well, and sometimes we just maybe our offense can protect them a little bit more, control the ball a little bit more.
That would be nice.
But yeah, it would be nice. But you're right, man. There's been a big drop off. Maybe it's the Bates and Bell thing, the situation, because they were sort of the glue to the secondary.
Right.
But hey, all these young guys are getting good quality snaps. They're just going to get better. And I still believe in Lou. I really do.
Oh, me too. Oh,
But
totally.
it's been a shot. I agree, man. Me and Jake on the Bengals Pulse, we go back and forth. I'm Mr. Defense, he's Mr. Offense, and I always have the defense's back. And but it's been hard the last couple of weeks. I'm like, okay,
hard.
you win, you win.
Yeah. I mean, I'm a Bengals fan. I always got their back. It's just like, what the heck's going on? I got to put this comment up here, and I'm just going to read it and I'll let you answer it, because me and Maddie have gone back and forth on this. He said, what would the line look like if we had DeJuan Jones instead of Jonah Williams? So that's what it would be.
Yeah, I know. You know what? Listen, I've been critical of Jonah Williams in the past, but he's played really well this year. He really, I've had to go back and say, hey, man, just tear up those receipts. I admit I was wrong. No, but Jones, I was not a fan of his in the draft process. I really wasn't. I'm like, man, the guy's going to be 400 pounds. I don't think he's going to be good. But watching some Browns games and seeing some stats, God, he looks like the real deal. He really does. And it would have been great to have a young player like that to develop for a couple years. And I personally, I would like to have Jones now. I really would, because I think he's a road grader, and I think he's a 10-year tackle.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't mind having. I'm personally, I've been a Jonah Williams, I guess, apologist. I've defended the guy for the last couple of years. I said, yeah, he's not an all-pro left tackle. He's a good left tackle. I even said I think he might be a really good right tackle, which so far that's turned out to be. I'm hoping they just re-sign Jonah, but I don't think honestly, with him proving he can play right tackle and he already proved he can play left tackle, all that's going to do is get him more money there. And I just don't know if the Bengals are going to keep him or not, which I don't know about you, Maan, with us most likely having a higher draft pick. I'm not so confident in the Bengals drafting offensive linemen. We haven't done that so well. That's where I'm kind of like, I'd rather spend the money and keep Jonah. But I also want to keep T too. Keep Jonah, and then you can draft somebody else. Like, I mean, I love Blake Bortles, or not Blake Bortles, Bortles from Georgia, but I don't think
yeah. I know. Bowers, the tight end.
Bowers, thank you.
Yeah, everybody on Twitter has like a love affair with this guy right now. They want him to be a Bengal next year. Yeah. You hit something right on the head. If you look, 3 of our 5 starting offensive linemen are free agents. 3 of our 4 starting defensive linemen were free agent acquisitions and or trades. Mm-hmm. We have a hard time developing guys in the trenches. We really do. And I would hate to see Jonah leave, because I don't want Joe Burrow back there with a rookie right tackle. Well,
the other thing is Dave Lapham has said this before, is offensive line's got to move as a fist. And the more you play together with the same 5 guys, the better you're going to be. And we haven't had the same offensive line, for I don't know how many years in a row we've mixed and matched guys. This is the best. Say what we want about how they've played, athletically and talent wise. This is the best offensive line Joe Burrow's had. Now, have they played up to par what we thought they would? No, but I don't think moving another guy out and bringing another one in, that's not going to give you any cohesiveness at all. And that's kind of what you need in an offensive line. And that's where I'm like, I think it's pretty damn important to re-sign Jonah just for that cohesiveness. If they keep Frank Pollock, if they move on from him, or whatever they do, have the same 5 guys is big.
Yeah, I said it on your show last time I was on. Last year, when we went on that 8-game win streak in the regular season, then went to the AFC Championship game, our offensive line was the key. Yes. Those guys were really playing so well. Joe was barely touched. So we know the guys that are playing right now are capable. We really know they are. And, we just can't give up on these guys. There might be one new starter next year, maybe not. I don't know. But we've seen it before, and we've seen what they can do when they play well. Because, man, last year when they were rolling, man, they were untouchable. Unfortunately, Kappa got injured. Jonah got injured towards the end of the year, and, of course, Lael Collins and all that. But, yeah, man, listen, it's the top 10 highest paid offensive line in football. The Bengals offensive line is in the top 10. So, there's a lot of talent there. And
that's why everyone gets pissed off saying they should play better, which I agree. They should be playing better.
Yeah, that, you know what? It's just, you know what? We had a lot of, I hate to use injuries. Injuries, I don't want to sound like a Raven fan
I've
talking
said
about
that.
injuries,
We've had a
but
lot of
it
injuries.
happens. It
Yeah,
happens.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not trying to not trying to blame it on injuries, but it's a factor. I mean, however you want to look at it, we've had way too many injuries than we have in the past. Anyway, Mon, you say you give me 30 minutes. I appreciate you, man. And thanks for coming on. Sorry with the technical issues we had. But
No
I'm
worries.
glad-
Hey, I mean, I got a couple more minutes if you need it. I mean,
yeah,
I'm good. Yeah, let's do it.
if you want to have for a little while, we can do that. That's
Yeah,
no
yeah.
problem.
Let's go about 5-10 more. We got it.
All right, sounds good. Sounds good. All right, let's go to Jackpot Joey's comment here. This is Maddie. Jackson Carmen rarely sees the field. It's time for a new O-line coach, guys. Players keep getting upgraded. Line is still substandard. I can't disagree with that. I'm like, I hate coming on here and calling for people's jobs. But like I said, like you just said, Mon, the talent is there. We know it's there. We've seen the guys play at a very high level last year. We know Orlando Brown is a no joke, all pro left tackle. We know this. They're just not there. And that's where sometimes is it the coaching? It's like that's where you kind of have to look toward that.
Yeah, I mean, I know, on Twitter, there's a lot of banter about that. I mean, sometimes you sort of have to look at that. I mean, I'm not trying to bash Frank Pollock. He's had success in this league. But, I mean, some of the guys we've developed just are drafted haven't developed. And like I
Jackson
just
Carmen
mentioned,
was here before Frank Pollock even
yeah, he
got
was.
here,
He
so,
was.
yeah,
He was. That's true. That's true. But like I said, 3 of our 5 starters are free agent acquisitions. We have a long list of players that just don't seem to develop. And
right.
I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I guess the next 6 games are going to be huge for the offensive line, Coach Pollock, and even other coaches. We'll see how they react and play. I'll tell you this. You said something earlier about that Jaguar game. I really think they're going to play well. They're going to play well. I think they were embarrassed. And I think this coaching staff, there's a lot of prideful players. There's a lot of guys out there that, the Bengals have a lot of talent. And I expect them to show up and play really well Monday night.
That's where I'm at. It wasn't by accident that this team went to back-to-back AFC Championship games and a Super Bowl. I mean, it's the same core players, same exact coaching staff. So it's not like they forgot how to play. It's just for some reason something happened this year. And we were talking about this before the show started. And since the season's just been up and down, it's just weird. Had a 4-game winning streak and then it went down, and before that it wasn't that great. It hasn't been consistent at all. And I always thought this team was really good at focusing one game at a time. And then you brought up, the Texans game where it looked like they were unfocused looking ahead to the Ravens game. And that kind of clicked something in my head. This whole season, maybe they've just been like, they are so disappointed from the loss in the AFC Championship game. They were such in a hurry to get through the season. We know we're going to get to the AFC Championship. We know, not that they're actually saying that out loud, but maybe mentally in their head, they're thinking that we need to hurry up and just get to the playoffs, get to the AFC Championship game. We got to go through this. Yeah, we already done this before. We can go beat these guys. I almost wonder if because that there's something missing this year with their mental makeup, I think, because they're making too many mistakes, missing too many tackles. It's things that they're not as sharp as they had been the past couple of years. Does that make any sense what I'm trying to say there?
Yeah, I do. Like on that Texans game, I do. I mean, I caught some flack on Twitter over this. I think they were looking ahead to that Thursday night game. And then I think in the second half, they realized like, hey, man, we're in a battle here. We better start playing. Right. And it's hard just to flip that switch, and they realize, man, these Texans, they're feisty. And of course, it bit us in the fanny there in the butt. But no, I hear what you're saying, back-to-back AFC Championship games, maybe they were just thinking like, hey, man, let's just get through the season healthy. We're going to get in the playoffs. We're going to get back there. And of course, everybody's gunning at, coming after you. The Bengals are, 2-time AFC North champions. Look at the Browns, look at the Steelers, look at the Ravens. Hey, man, they're coming at us. They're coming at us hard. So, I don't know. We just got to hopefully find a way to finish these next 6 games really strong. And let's recapture some of that mojo we had from last year. Let's recapture that.
Yeah, exactly. Now, one thing I hate looking toward the draft this early, but we kind of might want to start here. We already addressed tight end. I haven't addressed tight end. We all would like to get the guy from Georgia, But I'll tell you this: if they don't draft a tight end this year, I'm going to pull my damn hair out. They have to draft a tight end. I mean, I don't know about you, Mom. I could not believe they went the whole draft and did not draft one. I'm like, one of the best tight end drafts, in the last 10 years, and we didn't get any of them. So I don't know if it's going to be a first round, but at least to me, first, second, third round, one of those picks has got to be a tight end this year, don't you think?
Jeff, I can tell you something right now. If they don't draft a tight end early, that Twitter will break.
Right.
I mean, Elon Musk is going to have to call in more servers or something because Twitter will break.
Yeah.
Now, they have to because, if they were lucky enough to get a guy like Bowers from Georgia, I love college football. He's a beast, man. He is an animal. But I'm sort of old school. I think, I know I hate to jump ahead. We got 6 games, but I think it's going to be a trenches draft. I really do. I can see a couple offensive linemen.
Jonah. Especially if we don't sign Jonah. Yes.
And DJ. And DJ too.
Oh.
Yeah, you're right. And so that's going to be scary stuff.
I love DJ Reader. I love that dude. He's such a good dude. He's such a good player. He's going to be, if they don't sign him, he's not only going to be a big loss on the line, on the field. He's going to be a big loss in that locker room. Because he's a leader in that locker room. He's I won't say the leader of the defense, but he's one of the leaders of the defense. That's where it's going to be a big loss. And that's before we even started talking about this, I've been saying this all year. We don't have anybody to replace him. I mean, there is nobody. Zach Carter has not. I mean, he's gotten a little better, but he's not stepped up. He's not. Cam Sample has gotten better, but none of them have stepped up to, okay, we're going to be good. We can let DJ leave. That's the biggest one that scares me. That one and Jonah. Both of them scare me. To lose both of them right now because we don't have anybody on the roster right now to replace them.
Jeff, I was just thinking, I was going to say that, and you're like reading my brain here. We don't have anybody in the wings for Reader. We really don't. Mm-hmm. There is not a young player development-wise. He's 340. We don't have that person, and I think first, second round, it's going to have to be defensive tackle, and I don't want to go in the next year. I know we're jumping way ahead here with some second-round pick playing Reader's part. We have to keep him or sign another vet. Mm-hmm. And it's just going to be, some interesting roster dynamics there. But I do like this part. I looked on overthecap.com. The Bengals have over $84 million in available cap space next year. And they could easily add another $10 million, a couple roster moves here and there. So, I mean, close to $100 million in cap space. Of course, they're going to need that because Chase is going to get a big contract. We don't know what's going to happen with Higgins, but there is money there for Williams. There is money there for Reader. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, Higgins, what I think, I've said this for probably this whole past year, his agent wants to get him to free agency. Yes. I think he is going to get tagged this year, and people say tag and trade him. They might. I tend to doubt that they'll trade him. I think they're going to tag him. And you pay whatever they have to, and hopefully take that money, rest of the money they have, and sign DJ and sign Jonah Williams, or sign somebody close to the same value, the same player as them. Because, like you said, we have a championship team. I don't feel comfortable, like you said earlier, having a rookie right tackle. Even if it was, I would have been okay if it was Dwan Jones and we had Jonah Williams, the left tackle. I would have been okay, but I love the way what they did. I felt much better having Jonah over right and Orlando over left. I want to keep that. I'm not that comfortable with a rookie, taking a DJ spot. Because it's still, whether people want to believe it or not, we're still in a win now mode next year. The team's going to change a little bit. Some of our fair players aren't going to be here, and DJ might be one of them. Jonah might be one of them. But the Bengals front office has given me no indication that they won't do what they've done the last 3 years, being aggressive in free agent, be aggressive in the draft, and trying to address the issues. I don't want to say holes, but the players they have to replace this offseason. I don't see them changing that. Do you?
Yeah, no, I don't. And back on the Higgins situation, he's one of my all-time favorite Bengals. He really is. But if the Cincinnati Bengals know they can't make a deal work with that agent, tag him. So you can, and trade him. Let's get a second-round pick at least, hopefully a first. I don't want that to happen. I want Higgins to be on the team. But if it's not going to happen, let's get some draft capital out of it, man. And we'll see how that shakes out. But, we have a lot of cap space. I think I have faith in this front office. They've done a good job. I get we're frustrated. Some picks haven't panned out. But you know what? That Super Bowl window is going to be open as long as Joe is playing quarterback for us. We got to keep him healthy, protect him, give him weapons, and we're going to get a Lombardi trophy in Cincinnati. It's going to happen during his career.
Next year. Next year,
yes, sir.
You're going
Yes,
to New
sir.
Orleans, where it all started.
Listen. We're going to be the city of champions because our Cincinnati Reds signed 2 good pitchers.
Yeah, they
We're
did,
getting
baby.
Another one,
Yeah,
and buddy. It's going to be the Reds, Bengals, and let's throw in FC Cincinnati.
FC Cincinnati. They're going to win. They're going to win Saturday night. They got one win away from the championship. We're going to be championship city, baby. And like I said, I trust the front office. I don't. They haven't given us any reason the last 3 years not to trust them. So, and I agree with exactly what you said with T. I love T. Higgins. I've met his mom. She's awesome. I knew his dad. I've met him in person. He's a great, great kid. I mean, I'm old. I call him a kid. But I don't want him to go anywhere. Right. Yeah, exactly. I don't want him to go anywhere. But if you can't work with that agent, and like I said, I think the agent just wants to get into free agency. That's his whole plan. And so whatever the Bengals offer him, he's going to say no because he wants to get him there. And that's where I'm coming to the point where we might have to tag him and trade him. I don't want to, but sometimes it's business. Sometimes unless T's going to say I'm firing you, getting somebody else, or we're taking the best deal the Bengals are giving me, he might have to go play somewhere else, and it sucks.
You said it. You said the key word. It's business.
Yeah,
it's business. And listen, if we get a second or a fifth, that'll help this team so much because let's face it, our big salaries, Chase's salary is going to kick in. We're going to have to continue getting draft picks and developing them to keep that window open. And I hope he's a Bengal. I hope he's a Bengal for years. But again, that agent, he's tough to deal with. And I have faith the Bengals will make the right move. I really do. I
do too. I do too. Mon, you got to get to your lunch date or you got some more time?
I do.
All right.
I got to go. But, hey, man, listen, I appreciate you so much. I have so much fun being on your show, man. You are a Cincinnati icon. All right, I appreciate you.
Hey, now you're really making me sound old. Hey, make sure you guys go subscribe to Bengals Pulse. Follow Mon at the Fireman. On Twitter.
Yeah, we got exactly at the Fireman. And it's our 100th show tonight. We're going to be live at 8:00. So tune in, guys.
Congratulations on that, by the way.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that, man.
That is awesome. I will definitely have to check that out. Anyway, Mon, appreciate you, brother. Hooday.
I see you. Bye-bye.
See ya. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. Go follow Mon. Go check him out tonight. Like I said, 100 episodes. That's awesome. I mean, it's not easy to do this and sit there and keep talking to people and everything and try to think of interesting stuff to talk about. So make sure you go follow those guys. They're all part of the Cincinnati crew there. My boys Ace and Zim. They do a great job over there. I've had them on the show multiple times. I have Mon on. I gotta get his partner on here sometime. One of these days I'll get him on here. Anyway, it is Friday, baby. This is a fun football Friday. Yes, Augie, I know. I'm sorry. I'm killing you with these noon ones, but excuse me. I'm going to go to Reds Fest here, and it started at 3:00. So Mon was lucky. He was gracious enough to be able to move to noon for me so I could do the show and go to Reds Fest because I am excited about the Reds. I'll tell you that. I signed 2 pitchers, like Mon said. I think they're going to make a trade for an outfielder or maybe another starting pitcher. I'm hoping maybe Shane Bieber. I know I called him Justin Bieber the other day, which I didn't even realize he even said that to my son told me afterwards. You know, he called him Justin. I said, no. So I hope they trade for Shane Bieber. I think that would be great. One of my buddies sent me a message that Jim Bowden said to get Tyler Glass now, we need to give up Connor Phillips, Jonathan India, Ashcraft, and somebody else just to get one pitcher. I'm like, okay, there's no way in hell we are giving up all that for Tyler Glass now. I mean, that is just absolutely just insane. Again, and apparently that was an article from Jim Bowden. It's just like Pro Football Talk. Why do you guys have jobs? You just write crazy things that literally make absolutely no sense. You try to make mountains out of molehills. I don't understand. It's just, why? Pay me. I could do a better job than you guys do sometimes. feel like it. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful week. I'll be back at it Monday. Let's get to the Facebook groups that let me live stream. And as always, I appreciate every single one of them. There, Houday Nation, Houday Legion, Bearcat Ruckus, Radical Reds, the Ohio State Bucknuts, the Ice Bar, and then, of course, you can follow me on all my social media platforms, all under Sports with Strawberry Ice on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, and TikTok. Twitter X handle is at Jeff A. Trenopole. TikTok is at Iceman90. Facebook, Instagram, Threads, all under Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'll be pulling a sign off later on tonight. Listening, you can listen to it on the podcast on BeanPod, Apple iTunes, Spotify, Google, Stitcher Play, pretty much wherever you get your podcast. Please make sure you rate, like, and review. Leave a comment and a 5-star review so more Cincinnati fans can find my podcast. YouTubers, 2,440 subscribers. You guys are awesome. I love that you guys hang with me when I do earlier shows. But the good thing about YouTube is even though I do it at noon, you can watch it whenever you want. So if you can't catch the shows when they're at noon, then you can watch them later. But like Stranger says, make sure you're subscribed. Because when you're subscribed and you hit the bell for notification, it'll let you know that I'm going live. I usually try to let you guys know, put it on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook to let you guys know what is going on. But again, I appreciate every single one of you guys. I'm heading down to Reds Fest. If you guys are down there today, stop by and say hi. Hopefully, maybe I'll try to get some. I could talk to Sean Casey or Ellie or somebody else and say, hey, we'll call a podcast. It's really cool. We'll see. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful weekend. We got a big weekend of college football. Big Ten. I know our boy Corey Dillon's going to be excited tonight because Washington and the Pac-12 against Oregon is tonight. So you guys can watch that. We got a lot of college football stuff. I hope for chaos. I always like chaos, especially if the Bearcats aren't in there. I want chaos. I want them all to lose, and then the committee has to figure it out. It'll be kind of fun. Anyway, other than that, you guys have a great weekend. And that's just sports, baby. See ya!
I'm from the city where they gotta play up.
Yeah,
I'm from the city where they gotta play up.
I don't.
Coin flip, it's time to pay up.
Hey,
I'm from the city where they gotta play up.
they still gotta play us,
I'm
man.
from the city where they gotta play up. Coin flip, it's time to pay up.
Go. Started out with who they done got me started. Call Katie, tell him make room for the Lamborghini. I trust 27 to lead us through any battle. We had DK out there press. You seen how we did Seattle? Went down 1-3 and then we hop back on that saddle. Everybody want T, but you can't have him cause we got it. A lethal 9 on the side and he gon' always red dot him. 29 got him on lockdown, this Taylor Britt Island. You know Jamar probably open, that boy 7-11. Who your best cornerback? Cause my receivers gon' shred him. And you don't wanna go one-on-one with Lou's playbook. 91 step on that field, them quarterbacks look shook. A couple weeks went by and we done stacked us up some wins. Brad Logan still with us, still the turnover twin. Uzier and man to man, you probably shouldn't throw at him. Orlando Brown came to town, showed us what a bodyguard is. I don't think they want no smoke with us. Forever standing on business, this ain't no joke for us. Money Mackey line it up, that boy forever clutch. Put up whoever you want, it's never slow for us. Ain't nothing changed, 21 still lurking in the cut. 83 reasons why they can't with us. Zach Taylor top dog, it's always win or bust. Hand the ball to Chase Brown, probably won't get touched. Chuck sizzle back deep to receive the punt. Probably gon' run it back, I feel like he the one. Doing my shuffle on him still, I feel like Icky Woods. Whole line protecting Joe like a tiger should. Imagine having Trent Irwin as your 4th string. If BJ Hill hit you, you feel what that force bring. 1, 2, 3, nah, we need 4 rings. This the jungle, you can't come in here and pull strings. Look close, look how DJ read that offense. Sin Hubbard and Osai, yeah, we all in. Nick Scott ball hawking over watching. Dax Hill an interception that look flawless. It's really hard to lose when K. Adams rooting for you. If you need a couple yards, Earth gon' get it for you. We got Tanner Hudson now, Sample still too. Yoshi gon' go get that ball just like a dog do. Already knew they had to play us, but this part 2. I'm from the city where they gotta. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. It's time to pay up. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. I'm from the city where they gotta. I'm from the city where they gotta play us. It's time to pay up. Hold that.